beautiful people. It's great having you on today's episode, and thanks for joining us. This is Viewpoint, talk show where they talk as EV. On today's edition, we will be talking about up-to-the-minute trends and development, and we will also be looking at the underlying issues and challenges as we dive into the world of politics, entertainment, education, lifestyle, pop, community, you just name it. All you need to do is just sit back, relax, and engage in our conversations. I am Hadiza Galadima, and joining me on the show is Rachel and Shamsuddin. As usual, we spark meaningful conversations, we inspire change within our community because we always engage in honest dialogue. And now straight to the business of the day. Let's get started. In the words of Trent Lott, freedom is never easily won, but once established, freedom lasts, spreads, and chokes out tyranny. So we will be talking about how the Gabonese army officers ousted their president and took over power. Also, we will be looking at the effect of portraying a fake life on social media. And lastly on the show, we will talk about the federal government's plan to increase taxes on beverages. All this and more after the break.
Experience the acceleration of Oweleketv. Get the latest news from the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry to the pulse-pounding realm of sports. We provide accurate and up-to-date information, exclusive interviews with top political analysts that will leave you craving more. Our team of professionals delivers captivating content from Nigeria and beyond. Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back. This is Viewpoint, talk show where they talk as EB. On Wednesday, military officials in Gabon have made a televised announcement declaring their assumption of control over the West African nation. They revealed their intention to invalidate the outcomes of the recent Saturday election, which had proclaimed President Ali Bongo as the victor. These soldiers, identifying themselves as members of transition and restoration of institutions, conveyed their resolve to safeguard peace by terminating the current ruling regime. Now looking at the similar instances happening in African countries, what are your thoughts? Should I go with Shamsuddin first?
Yes, so I think looking at what we have now, we want to look at this is happening in Francophone West Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at how it started in Burkina Faso, down to Mali, now Niger Republic, and most, yes. So there's like a wave that is blowing across Francophone West Africa. And what the military have actually been talking about is the fact that they are asking for good governance for their people. And this seems to be a populist idea whereby they are speaking the mind of the people. And it's gone on like what we had and in history, where people are always against the military coming into power. So this time around, people are happy that the military are even coming to take over. And that the military, based on what they are actually saying to the people, they are saying what the people actually want. Now, if you want to look at the case of Gabon, since it got its independence in 1960, so we had Omar Bongo, who is the patriarch of the Bongo family, coming into power. And when he died in 2009, his son Ali Bongo came into office, and since then they've had issue of transition. They had a 2016 transition. Then most recently, and just now, he was said to have been re-elected for the third time. And that's the more reason why this coup is actually taking place. You know, if you want to look at the African system, there's this sense of, you might want to call it the hierarchical, the inheritance kind of thing, where you have the monarchical system of government. whereby a son succeeds his father, and that's kind of the leadership that comes into play. And this is way too long in a place where you say you are practicing democracy. The monarchical system of government, especially in Africa, is not a popular idea anymore because of the wave of democracy. And you want to look at some other parts of East Africa, the Middle East, whereby maybe the Qatar, Saudi Arabia, whereby they still practice the monarchical system of government and it works for them. But in Africa, we've actually said, okay, we've embraced democracy, and definitely there should be a room for other players. Now, the son coming into office and staying for close too long. Now, it's something that if they were actually delivering the dividend of democracy, it would have actually been much better. But unfortunately, what we've had is a situation whereby they are not actually delivering what they expected. Instead, they are enriching more of the family. And if you don't have access to the family, or you don't have a touch with the family, you don't have anything in place. A lot of people might want to make reference to the likes of Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi's case is what we call the kind of a beneficial dictatorship, whereby he is a dictator by nature, but all he does is for the interest of his people. But what we've seen in Gabon is more of like what they believe in, and what's their main source of livelihood has actually been in oil. But it has not actually translated to the growth and development of their people. And that's actually necessitates the military coming into place. So I think it's something that is going to be a nice watch, especially for Africans, and it's going to be a big tax on the table of the Nigerian president, who doubles as the chairman of ECOWAS.
Okay, I think African leaders have a certain characteristic. They have this thing in common. Once they get there, they don't want to live there. They want greed. They want their family to just continue. For Christ's sake, when I checked and I saw that this man's family have been there for 50 years, I'm wondering, is it like, do you understand? For 50 years, and if care is not taken, maybe when this man lives there, his son will come and take over, and it continues like that. And I saw that Gabon they are rich in oil. They are oil producers. But when you look at the Gabon itself, they don't look like a country like an oil producing country. And this thing, it brings us down to Nigeria. Nigeria, we're rich in all of these things, even richer than the giant of Africa. For Christ's sake, we have oil, we have everything it takes. But we look like, I don't know what to call it now. We're just giant of Africa by name. Now, going to Gabon, taking over this seat by the military, I think I love it. Yes, because my fear is this thing is going from one African country to another African country. If Nigeria does not take care, you see all of this our gra we're doing here, we are doing there, tomorrow one president will come. And funny enough, when this man assumed office as the president, his opponent came out to say, no, he did not win the election, that he won the election. What's his name again? The president did not win the election. Now, when I was reading the story, everything was just looking like it's Nigeria. They are similar, it's like a similar story. So I want to just bring it out to Nigeria. If care is not taken, the only issue is that, in Nigeria, like I said, like I always say, the system is corrupt. This military is corrupt in Nigeria. This government agency is corrupt. This body is corrupt. Even we Nigerians, most of us, in fact, 99% of us are corrupt. And so you see the way it seems easy for other countries to be able to take over government, for military to take over. It may not be easy here because you see, whenever we have issues, youth will come out en masse, everybody will come out, they will protest. But at the end of it all, you won't hear anything. Look at EndSARS when we came out. Just look at the way youth came out. See the way everyone fought. But now, the only thing we celebrate is that whenever it's time for that day of the year, we want to remember. But what exactly has come out after then? Look at NLC. NLC will come out tomorrow and say they want to strike, they want to do this, they will fight, they will da. Once they call them for a meeting, you will not hear anything again. And so it's just like that everywhere in Nigeria. So if other countries succeed, I would love it to happen in Nigeria. I want us to have a taste of this military regime for those of us who were not born during military.
I think
I love us to have a taste of it.
for those that actually were born at the time of the military regime and what we had and the experience they had, they will not wish for us to actually happen again. Because this kind of discourse we're having was not obtainable during the military regime.
But with everything happening, now.
So the media was streamlined. You don't have a private TV or station. The only thing you stay glued to is just
But during this the military regime, things will become right. Things will go.
No, for Nigeria, if you want to go back to history, we've had a situation whereby the bane of our corruption even started during the military regime. You hear the likes of, there were times in history where during the time of General Yakubu Gowon, they said we had money, and there was a statement that we had money, we don't know how to spend it. That was then. That Nigeria had money and we don't even know how to spend it. Now so that means some of our money, they didn't actually have the future of, okay, fine, I think we need to spend this money in so area. We need to invest this. We need to invest that. And the bastardization of the naira during the General Ibrahim Babangida's regime also gave room for the middle class to actually expand, and whereby you now have more of the upper class and just few middle class, then more of the lower cadre of people within the society. And I think when it comes, definitely, irrespective of what comes into play, we are going to have a situation whereby more people are going to, who are inclined with the government and policies of government, become richer. Then if you don't incline with the policies of the government, either you remain the way you are, your economic status is not changing, or you even become more poorer. So for me, my stake is I always want we to sustain the kind of democracy that we are currently practicing in Nigeria, and try to see how we can also continue to push, especially using this platform.
Everything that has an advantage has a disadvantage. With the way it's, like I said earlier, you see Nigeria, the reason why we may not be able to succeed in this thing, the way other countries are doing it, is because every system is corrupt. So even if this military wants to come in, there will still be, But then, I'd love us to have a taste of this thing. I understand there are so many disadvantages. Like you said, we may not be able to sit like this and talk freely. But then, if some things, if what we want, if the system will work and be better, then I think, let's go ahead and do it. Because I was in a car yesterday, and there was an old woman in there. There was a young guy, and that young guy was saying, this Nigeria. I think what prompted that discussion, we saw so many people trekking from far distance to go to Apo Bridge, and then the guy was saying, see these people trekking. That me, I was not like, oh, maybe there is no cars on the road. He said, no, they are trying to manage their transport. You need to see the numbers of people on the road. And that old woman was saying, God go, do am, God go. And that guy got angry and said, Mama, no talk, no. Say this one, God, no, if you do am, you don't even bring. Do you understand? People are angry, and it's looking like this Nigeria cannot be better again. Even though some people are still hopeful that it will be better. So many people have lost hope, especially with what happened in the elections. So I think, I don't know, I know there are so many disadvantages, but I think the military should actually step in. If they will not do worse, they should step in and let's see how it will turn out.
Well, to you, our viewers out there, we would love to have your take as regards what we just discussed right now. Should military rule happen in Nigeria or not? Let's have your take, all right? Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Up next, we will be talking about the effects of portraying a fake life on social media. Portraying a fake life on social media has become a prevalent trend wherein individuals curate an idealized version of themselves for public consumption. This practice, while driven by a desire to present the best aspect of one's life, has notable effects on both the individual and their audience. Personally, constantly comparing one's life to the filtered and polished version of someone else's life on social media can erode self-esteem and mental well-being. So on the flip side now, have you ever encountered an individual online who have chosen to embrace authenticity on social media, and what outcome have the experience shown, like their highs and lows?
Now when you go on social media, the real people actually look like the odd ones. Yeah, exactly. Those who want to portray who they are. They look like they are like maybe like they even look poor on social media, even if you're doing well in real life, but because you're not putting all of this fake thing out there. Yesterday, I and the editor were checking something online. There's this skit maker, he went to see his fans, was going to do this fan thing, and then he went to one of his fans' house to surprise her. And then he got there, and her house, what we saw, and when we checked her main account on Instagram, Hadiza, what we saw, I don't know how to describe it, but we kept asking, we're like, where this house? Where this, like, who is this? Two different people entirely. And this is what we see all the time. And it's now telling on people who are trying to live the real life. Because when you're trying to be a real person, you go on social media, it's looking like you're not doing enough. You see people who do not have anything. Some of them are not working. Some of them cannot even afford to buy whatever for themselves. But when you see them on social media, they look like they own up the heaven and the earth. The way they look, the filters. I'm wondering, the filters, a dark person, you see a dark person in real life, when you see the person on social media, the person is looking all white, all the fake everything. Everything is just fake. And I tell people, don't believe everything you see on social media. In fact, 99% of what you see on social media, they're all lies, all fake. Because you see someone on social media. That's why you see even getting married. You say you met someone online. I know some marriages, they started online, they met on social media. But sometimes, you want to get married and you see one lady or one guy on social media and you built your trust and everything and you just want to meet the person in real life. My dear, they will just mess you up because the person you're seeing on social media is not the person. Yeah. Look, the real people on social media, I'm not sure they're up to 10%. Like I said, the real ones are looking like the fake ones. And the fake ones, and I think our celebrities are the one even, making these things. Yes, they're the one encouraging these things. Because there was one actress recently, one time like that, she posted online where she uses this small gas in her kitchen. Her kitchen was not looking, Ruby, yes. Her kitchen was not looking touched and all, and then she posted it, and people were like, how person like you? Yeah. But, this social media has now customized us to a certain kind of mentality that once and standard we have to live in, even if you're fake, just when you come on social media, just fake it and all. It's telling on people who are living the real life. And this is just my take here. Don't believe everything you see on social media. Don't allow social media define who you are. Don't allow social media, define your thinking. Some people that want to do something, but because of they see their friend who finished school together, I see my friend, don't they do well? They'll not be like they'll want to try to meet up. Look, do your thing. Live your life. If it is 10 naira you have, if it is a small job you're doing, my dear, do it and be fine. If you think this person you're seeing on social media, this is my friend or my secondary school mate, you don't turn to waiting now. I see her for Facebook, you don't do well. Make sure you don't do well for real life before you want to start trying to meet up. And I'll say this finally, you see this social media, it has pushed so many youth, so many people to do the wrong things, Yahoo, prostitution, because they want to meet up. They want to also live the life on social media. So please, don't believe everything you see on social media and live your own life, not the life social media is giving you.
Yeah, so my own take on this is I was in a event recently, and there was this person who regards her as a mom, especially within the development space, and she said that we're discussing about how the normal general struggle of life is, and she was like, you guys should actually be patient, that you're on the right track. Then that they were not even lucky that during their time there was no social media. So that at least you have social media now to even tell people what you do and all that. That you just allow it that time that is going to, things are going to blossom.
Yeah.
The way the media has actually been able to brainwash a lot of people is, let me start with this. You see somebody possibly started doing skit making. January. He went viral March. By June, they said he bought a house in Lekki.
Yeah.
By December, he bought a Benz.
Ferrari.
By the following year, he built a house for his parents. And you now look at this, wow, this social media is wow, just within 1 year, this guy just boom. So with that thing, a lot of people will not be okay with their life.
Yeah.
They will always feel that there is everything wrong with their life. They
Yeah.
will always think that, okay, it seems I'm the one that is not doing things right.
Yes.
So they don't know that there's a place for process. There's a
Yeah.
place for this. When you are quick to go viral, when you are quick to do a lot of things, after a while, some of these things are going to dwindle down.
Yeah.
I watched a recent interview granted by Joseph Benjamin, who is he granted with his Teju Babyface,
Yes.
and when he went to the US,
US,
and
yeah.
how the things he was able to know. Now he has been famous. He has had that fame.
Yeah.
He was able to define a life outside fame.
Yeah.
It is a place where there was nothing again. And he had to now start living the real life of me as an individual,
Yeah.
not me as a
As a
celebrity.
celebrity.
So a lot of people don't know that if you're quick to say, okay, I want to go viral, you'll go viral. People
Yeah.
will know you. And it's going to be more daunting on you than before.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things that people will not expect you to do.
Yeah.
So if you're walking on the street, for example, people will say, okay, this guy, why now? You're supposed to be doing this. So people will now be the one that will be setting standard for you. They will be the one to be saying, okay, this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
This is the kind of clothes you're supposed to be wearing.
Yes.
People of your standard don't have to do this.
Yes.
People of your standard don't have to do that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you end up losing yourself. And the things that you didn't even plan for, the things that you don't even expect, and that's what you continue to do. So my advice is the fact that if there is anybody that's currently under pressure, I will say this, that just take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Look around, look at maybe one thing that is actually working in your life. So if it's a skill you have and you know that you have that skill, invest more time on it.
Yeah.
So if it means that, okay, fine, you are a video editor, if it means you to pushing your video editing this thing online all the time,
Yeah.
and that's the only thing. So by that way, you are pushing a brand.
Yes.
And people get to know you about it. So the social media and everything should be more of the brand than you as an individual.
Yeah.
Should be more of you selling something than you just trying to impress people. Because if you end up impressing people and people it's just like sensational. People, there's an adage that says that it is stressing to watch a madman dancing, but is it not interesting to give birth to a mad child?
Yeah.
So most times it's usually easier for you to say, okay, fine, people will watch you, people will laugh and everything. But the day the fame actually leaves you, people move to the next person.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if you look at maybe the sensation and the movies and everything, you discover that there are people who were once popular.
Yeah.
People don't hear about them again, and people don't even care about them again. People move to the next person.
Yeah.
So if you are not somebody that is always giving value, if you stop giving value, the next thing is people will move
to the
next person, and life goes on. And at that time, if you are not getting that attention again, and you don't have anything to fall back to, you fall into depression, and you always regret your actions in life.
So it's just bottom line is just take pressure off, because don't think because people are expecting or expected of you to do a certain thing, you have to go out of your way to do those things. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Moving on to our last topic, we will be talking about the federal government's plan to increase tax on beverages from 10% to 20% to tackle excessive sugar consumption. The federal government has affirmed its commitment to raising the tax on sugar-sweetened beverages from the current rate of 10% to 20% as part of a strategy to address the escalating public health concern linked to excessive sugar consumption. By augmenting the financial burden associated with sugar-sweetened items, the ministry also aims to dissuade consumers from buying such products and instead foster a greater inclination towards more wholesome beverage choices. Okay, now, so how significant is the proposed increase in the tax rate from 10% to 20% in deterring customers from purchasing sugar-sweetened products? How will it help?
Okay, I'd like to start with this first. Since January 2022, so that's a year and I think 8 months now, I've been on no sugar.
And you're
So,
surviving.
and I'm surviving. So
Beautiful.
any plastic drinks, any carbonated drinks and all that, I've been off it. And instead of using the normal granulated sugar, I use honey. So that, and I've actually been surviving on that. So I believe everybody can. So that's on one side. So now there are some people on the other side that are actually addicted to it, and it's actually good. The one thing is your sugar level. It's not meant to be too low, and it's not meant to be too high. So just make sure that while you're actually going to do that, you actually augment with some other sugar this thing, so that your body can actually stay afloat. So either with the increase or without the increase, there's still going to be a market. People are still going to continue to buy, and just like the way the Federal Ministry of Health have a disclaimer on what's it called, tobacco, on cigarettes, that smokers are liable to die, and virtually every day they are still in business. So same thing, we're going to still see the same thing happen. Although I think it's good that, so that they can actually, so there's going to be a fraction of people that are going to reduce and say, okay, if it is not worth it, maybe there is going to be another distance. So, and this alone is going to create another market for a substitute. So maybe people who are into natural, honey selling, natural fruit juice without carbonated this. We are going to be a market, so it's going to be another push for some of these people. And same companies that actually produce this can say, okay, fine, we are going into this. So we already have some brands that are now saying, okay, this particular one is no sugar. This one is has sugar.
It's still more sugar.
Yes. So and so we're still going to have that. Then the last thing is people who are addicted. They are still going to continue to buy, and they are still going to continue getting what they want, because that's the only way they can actually survive. So I say that particular policy as a good one, because it is being tagged a public health concern. So, but I think the federal government can actually do more beyond this now, to also sensitize people, to do more of public awareness, to possibly use the National Orientation Agency, the radios and the media houses, to tell people, okay, these are the adverse effects of this. You are at the risk of diabetes and other health concerns if you actually continue to take high intake of sugar. And I think that way we can actually reduce the sugar consumption of Nigerians.
Okay, so first of all, I don't think this thing is going to really have it's going to really work. Why did I say this? You see, we Nigerians, whether, if you like, put a price tag of add 20,000 naira to something. If we want that, we'll find a way to get it. Nigerians, we are always, no matter what comes, we will still survive. That has always been our slogan. If you like, let bag of rice be 250,000 naira. We will still buy rice. Even a poor man will still buy rice and will still eat rice. That is Nigerians for you. In fact, they'll start looking for other measures to get this thing, so that the price, you hear people saying, make they buy wholesale, so that they spend so much on this thing. You get. So I don't think it's going to really have an effect, even though it's a good idea. But then we Nigerians, we have this mentality. No matter what it is, we will still take these things. I think there should be other ways to go about these things. And again, you see these companies that are producing this thing. When this thing comes, competition will come in. Because now, when the market drops, no one wants to lose. You have other small companies now. Maybe they'll start doing the same product, but a lower quality, rather, a lower quality. They'll do this product and it will be cheaper than, even when the tax is added, it will still be cheap for people to buy. This is Nigeria. Even in your backyard, you see, we've had fake products coming. We've had fake drinks. I think with this now, more fake whatever will start coming up, because people now want to do things for them to get money. So that is one. And secondly, I think there are other ways to go about this thing. Like Shamsuddin said, the National Retention Agency could come in. You need to let people know the more reason why they should take more of water instead of these drinks. Because truth is, these things are not really healthy. They are not good for the body. Most of the preservation, the way they stay and all of that, they're not really healthy for the body. So there should be other ways to go about it. Tell people about why they should take water, why these things are not good. This should be more of what we should see on our TVs, on our radio, what we should hear on our radios. In schools, tell children, that sometimes what you tell children sticks to their brain. And when you tell them, when you tell a child, oh, juju is here, that child becomes scared. If you tell a child, oh, juju is inside that drink, that thing you are drinking, it's sweet in your mouth, boy, to go and do something in your tummy. Sometimes, just find a way. I think there are other better ways than coming out to say we'll add tax. If you like, let it be 500,000. Those that want to buy will still buy. And it will even encourage people now to start doing things they are not supposed to do because they want to get this thing. Addiction is not something easy to break. Those who are addicted to these things, they want to take it by all means. They will look for people will start collecting it on credit. In fact, so many people will do different things just to get this. I think it's a good, initiative actually, but they should do it in a better way.
Well, like she said, or like we said, like it's a good initiative, but we should create more awareness, sensitize people, and to reduce the limits of piracy or fake products out there that will still deter our health. All right, the federal government really needs to look into it. That's it on today's edition. You already know, talk show where they talk up as EB. Be a part of our community by dropping your opinions in our comment sections, and don't forget to follow all our social media handles displayed on your screen for more exciting and captivating episodes of Viewpoint. Do subscribe and turn on the notification bell on our YouTube channel at Oweleketv, and our website is oweleketv. Let's do this again.